It's obviously my first Explore Barcelona, and I'm really enjoying it. I've really been missing out. This year, certainly, one of the big highlights for me has been the Sovereign Cloud Summit. There's a big difference in data sovereignty between what people look to in terms of data residency and true sovereignty. Residency just means that the data is resident in a particular country. Data sovereignty means it's protected, and actually there will be no intrusion from other sources. It's all around jurisdiction, and a lot of countries are really protective about jurisdiction because it really matters. What we've seen recently is a lot of the hyperscalers introducing sovereign cloud offerings of their own. This is sort of a belated endorsement of what VMware's been doing all along. What we see is actually an acceptance that governments and other organizations within a particular country really value the jurisdictional protection that you get with true sovereign cloud. Because it's important to them, they're willing to pay extra, they're willing to actually focus on the extra merits of sovereign cloud. The problem is that a lot of the other offerings are simply not offering the level of jurisdictional protection that you really need. I think we're going to have a real challenge on our hands regulating AI. We've seen with GDPR that it's possible to regulate some of the softer areas and challenges we have. With AI, it's often a black box. Many of the organizations that are actually running AI systems don't actually know what's happening within the box, and therefore for regulators it's going to be almost impossible to know what companies are doing. How we're going to enforce any of these regulations in this sphere, we haven't quite worked that out yet, but we need to have a level of regulation. It just needs to be adequately enforced. As we've seen with GDPR, enforcement of regulations has been a real challenge. Privacy has become a big issue in Europe, and we've led the world with some of our regulation. But it doesn't necessarily mean that actually all companies are getting it right. As we go into AI, it's going to be even more of a challenge to protect us from a lot of the biases and a lot of the potential privacy intrusions that could be inherent. I think VMware's private AI initiative is really interesting because it could be implemented on sovereign clouds that provide an extra level of protection. I think that is going to be one of the directions that we're going to be exploring in the future.